all on there. It is sacrilegious. Tell them who you are, my good friend.
Okay, this is Oroki Rice, Artistic Director of Black Olive Community Theater.
And tonight and tomorrow night is a special occasion. Tell them all about it.
Yes, we are in preparation as I speak with you right now to do a professionally performed stage reading of Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye. It'll take place tonight, Friday, at 8 p.m. at Quaker House in Hyde Park. That's 5615 South Woodlawn. And tomorrow night, Saturday at 7 p.m., same place, Quaker House, 5615 South Woodlawn. You don't have to be afraid of parking. Like a lot of places in Hyde Park, there is street parking in that area.
Yeah, like I said the other day, since it's 8 o'clock, there'll be parking because most of the students and the doctors and the nurses will be to move their cars. So
right.
And it's right around the corner from the station. So, I will be there. I had myself getting there too early because I had called my pace and told them 4:30. I said, the actors ain't even going to be there 5 o'clock. So
No.
I'll be there. But I'll get there around 6:30. I found out that beside my lovely niece, I shamelessly plug Candy, but that's because I love her so much.
You should. She's doing great things out here.
Yeah, she's doing very great things, and I am so proud of her. And whenever I got a chance to brag on her, I will. I had them in the Global News Forum studio the other day. If you get a chance, go to Global News Forum on Facebook and look at the interviews. Very interesting, and they did some excerpts, and it's very, very interesting. I was aware of it, but I hadn't actually seen it perform. And seeing you guys do the excerpts made me more and more anxious to see it. As you said, you might not always be comfortable with what's going on before you, so you can explain that better than me.
Yeah, Black Olive Community Theater does theater to stir up the pot, make people think. We might not make you necessarily feel uncomfortable, but you will think about some things that you may not have considered before. This particular story, Toni Morrison's first novel, The Bluest Eye, is the story of a young black girl whose name is Piccola. Piccola breed love. And there's even some irony in that name, breeding love, because there is no love around Piccola or her mother or her father. But the story is a story of how she is impacted in Lorain, Ohio, which is Toni Morrison's hometown, in 1941. We deal with, in the story, race and colorism is dealt with, and even a separation between racism of the impact of being black in 1941 in Lorain, Ohio, probably still today. We definitely experience racism today, as well as colorism, which we did a lot of talk with you about on the station the other day, about the light skin, dark skin thing that happens in our community.
Definitely.
As well, there is some abandonment of children, of a child. Piccola's father is abandoned at age 2, and how that impacts him, how what happens as a result of his father being gone in his life, and rape and incest is in the story as well. Now, I know that all sounds like, oh my God, why would I want to go see something like that? One, because it's real and those things are happening. The other
happen, right?
It's not all about all these bad things. There's some very light moments in there. There's some moments that will make you laugh in there. So even though there's some darkness, there's also some light in the story of The Bluest Eye.
Okay, now kind of mention the people in the cast, because since doing the interview, I found out that I got some real good friends in the cast that I didn't even know. Beside my niece, So why don't you give the cast a shout out? Because I forgot to get you to do that the other day. Or if I did, I don't remember doing it. But
No, we didn't do
we
that.
mentioned
So,
a couple of folks because we mentioned.
yeah, so let's start with you. You know Joey Johnson. I found out. She told me you got work together.
Yeah, we both worked for TASS way back.
Yeah,
not back in the day, but a few years ago when I first became a drug counselor, and we were recovery coaches. For those that don't know, recovery coaches is we unify families that have lost, their kids, the custody of their children because of, drug-related incidents. And they still work toward, I'm not with them anymore, but we still work toward reunifying families. And Joy was very good at that, and that's and we used to have some interesting conversations that we cannot even discuss over the radio. But that's my girl, and I'm looking forward to seeing her and continue.
As well as I don't know if do you know Max Knighton? Also, she knows him. I found out Max Knighton works for TASK, and he's doing that work with Cook County Department of Corrections. He's doing work.
More than likely, I do know him if he worked for TASK because a lot of times we engage with each other a lot. So I would. And my girl, my co-producer on a lot of musical projects, Anita
Strange Rebecca. I knew that's what you were going with. Yeah. Anita's on board with us also. This is her third production with us in the Black Olive Community Theater. And I just have to tell you how Anita came on board. You and I kind of talked about this the other day, but Anita came to one of our productions, I don't even remember what it was, some time ago, and approached me during the end or intermission. It's like, how do I get involved? And I put her in the next production, and she's been in the last 3 that we've done. So that's how we bring people on board quite a bit. I like to say that I don't interview people or audition people, rather. Most directors, producers, you got maybe depending on the production, you might have 5. You might be depending on how big the production, you might have 100 people trying out for the same part.
Correct.
I meet people, and I know where I'm going. I check out your spirit, and check out your energy. And if I see that I have something for you down the line, I will put you in a production with me. You don't have to necessarily have had professional acting experience. Many of our actors don't, although we do have people like Dr. LaJuan Moorman, who has been teaching and delivering, directing, working with youth as a social worker. She's been doing this kind of work, theater, healing people through the arts for many, many years. So again, we got Max Knighton, who I just mentioned, who had never done theater before, but Max had been in the radio field. In fact, when you hear his voice, she's like, oh, yeah, he sounds like a radio guy.
Okay.
So, we have all these people from varied backgrounds who have had lots of experience in theater to those who are brand new in the field, and we're just glad to work with any of them.
Okay, come on, give me some more of the cast, not just the ones
so we
I know.
got Lisa Albert, who does this hilarious thing. So this is I think this is the 3rd time we've done this particular production in Chicago. So we have Lisa Albert, who I met through the Hyde Park Community Players.
Okay.
And Lisa's going to be playing a character called Maureen Peel. And Maureen Peel is the light-skinned, white black girl, light-skinned black girl who comes and meets these sisters who they can't stand her because she thinks she's all that and a bag of chips. She tries to talk down to them and the dark-skinned Picola, and they check her. They let her know her place. And that scene is hilarious. When she comes into the play, you'll be like, okay, that's definitely one of the lighter moments. That's Lisa Albert. We've got James Allen Jr., who I met as a member at Trinity United Church of Christ. And they have a drama ministry. Trinity has a drama ministry. I met James when I came to Trinity back in 2013, and he was the president of the drama ministry. And so from there, he also has done some work with the Hyde Park Community Players, and he's been in quite a few productions with us including Bluest for Mr. Charlie. He played the main character. Bluest for Mr. Charlie is a James Baldwin story, which is a loosely based story of the Emmett Till murder.
Okay.
And he plays the young man who gets killed, very much like Emmett Till in that story. In Blues for Mr. Charlie, he isn't a teenager. He's an adult man who left Mississippi to go north to New York to be a musician, got caught up in drugs, and returned to his hometown in Mississippi. And because he lived in New York, he comes back with his chest stuck out, which wasn't a good thing in those times in Mississippi, and he gets killed. So we got James Alvin Jr., who's doing theater all over the place. James, I can always count on him to come prepared. Not that the other people don't, but James is a gem that he's going to come prepared. He's going to come with his script in hand, highlighted already, and has reviewed his script already, and it's always good to work with James Alvin Jr. We got Julie Danis, who's our only white character.
Okay.
And she doesn't even have a name. In fact, the script just says white girl. Julie, Piccola's mother in 1941, Lorraine, Ohio, is working as very often as a domestic in the household of the Fisher family. And there's a scene where the girls show up at the house. Piccola and her two friends show up at the house where her mother works. And this would be a spoiler alert to tell you what happens. It's a sad thing that happens when she shows up at this household of this white family. But Julie Danis, who is my Goodman Theater generation sister, jumped on board to be White Girl. Again, that's all her name is in there. It's White Girl. We have another young lady named Monique Harvey. Monique is the alter ego of Piccola, and you'll have to be there to find out how that works out. We got Mariam Hussein, who's also from the Hyde Park Community Players, who is one of the three women. We have these three gossipy women who are very nice to the situation that has happened with Piccola, that she is pregnant. Again, that's not a spoiler alert, that Piccola is pregnant at age 11 by her father. Wow. And these mean-spirited women condemn her, and we talked a little about that the other day, about blaming the victim, and that's what happens. These women talk about, how she get pregnant. She must have wanted it. Why didn't you fight them out? And so we got these three women who come in and out throughout the production, including Anita Strange-Rebecki is one of those women who do that. And then we have Shahaya Moorman, who, as you saw when we were online the other day, that Shahaya is just in talking with her seems to be very shy.
Right.
And I guess she is very shy, but once she begins to speak as an actor, she comes alive. And she is the daughter of Dr. Moorman, Dr. LaJuan Moorman. And right. Dr. LaJuan Moorman, we see her throughout the whole production as a mother. She, unlike the Breedlove family, Mama McTeer, loves her children clearly. It's very clear. She's stern. She does a lot of fussing, but she's stern. And their family, the McTeer family, they're a stable family, unlike the Breedloves, who, as a line in the script says, that the Breedloves wore their ugliness. They put it on like a mantle. That's pretty powerful words that Toni Morrison wrote like that, to actually put on your ugliness, to accept their ugliness. But we have the McTeer family, who is pretty solid. There is a father who fusses also at his daughters, but you can tell it's clearly out of love, as well as Mama McTeer. And Lorraine Moorman does a remarkable job. But again, she's been in theater a very long time that she's been doing this, and she feels very comfortable in that role as Mama, probably a lot like who she is in her real life as Mama. So we have her. We have, of course, we have Candace, who is the main character, who is Piccola, who is this 11-year-old dark-skinned girl who is rejected by her family as well as society at large, but she still finds a way to cope with this, which is thus the Bluest eye. We have Max Knighton, who plays the character by the name of Soaphead Church, who's a sleazy, and the word is never used in a script. But bottom line, he's a pedophile. And we find out who he is and what he does, and he's a main factor in what happens with Pecola and why the title is The Bluest Eye. We have Terrence Miller, who is the father of Claudia and Frida, who are the mature girls who have the solid family. Who else am I looking at? Dara Prentice. We have Dara. Dara is a young woman I met in a class I was in at the Goodman Theater over the summer. And I'm a mother of 3 daughters, 8 granddaughters. I have no male children in my line. In fact, in our maternal line, in 5 generations, we have only had 3 male children born in 5 generations in my maternal line. And so I don't know a lot about raising male children. I don't know a lot about how that works as a mother of male children. So I'm always amazed as I watch people raise male children. But I have a heart for girls. So at our first class over the summer at the Goodman Theater, this young woman comes in with a Spelman College T-shirt on. And my youngest daughter, Uche Funa, is a Spelman College woman. And so I bonded with her. And then I found out she was living here in Chicago from Virginia. She's only lived here a year now in Chicago. And I've kind of adopted her as my spirit daughter. But she actually is the storyteller. Her name is Claudia in the story. And she's one of the mature girls. And she tells the story from the point of view 2 points, one as a 11-year-old girl, and then also as an adult looking back on what happened. She's telling us the story. So we see her throughout the whole production. That's Dara Prentice. I love our 2 people. Meredith Ogilvy. Also, I met her through the High Power Community Play, is the other sister, the sister of Freya. So Meredith has done some theater work also. She's relatively new working with me. But she's the sister of Claudia. She also, the 2 of them banter back and forth like sisters often do as 11. I think they're 9 and 11 years old. And we also have Michelle Presley, who's also, this will be her first speaking role. She did a singing role for us when we did a play called The Tapestry by Alexis Duval. But she is also going to be singing, got a dynamite singing voice. She'll be singing Precious Lord. The song Precious Lord is a thread throughout the whole production as well. But Michelle is doing a debut performance as an actor, so you get to come out and see her. She's got a strong following. Her family loves her, and they'll all be out. So really, your family, I'm looking like your family will probably be half the audience both Friday and Saturday. I know your sister, rather. I know Eva well. We've been friends for over 30 years now, which is how I met you. Right.
That's my shero, yeah.
I know. She's such a wonderful woman, and that's how I've been known. Like I said, I've known Eva well over 30 years. We've known each other and been friends, who in turn introduced me to your niece, Candy, as you call her.
Right.
So, but Kendase is so well loved within your family as well as
the community. Yes.
Yeah, in the community, because she's out there doing stuff.
Yeah, she's doing stuff. She's a brilliant young lady. I'm so proud. Tell them one more time the times of the play, where and how to get tickets if they ain't sold out, because y'all got 9,000 likes in a 50-place theater. I don't know how y'all gonna work that.
Right. So tonight, Friday, we'll be there. We begin tonight at 8 o'clock. The tickets are $10 in advance. You pay $12 at the door. Tomorrow, Saturday, October 26th, we'll be there at 7 o'clock. And the tickets are $15 and $18 at the door. Let me give a little promo on what's going on both days. So tonight, Friday, if you come, you'll see the production. That's it. You'll get the production, and it's good. So that's what you'll get tonight. If you come tomorrow, not only will you get the production, but we're going to feed you. We have food tomorrow night. as well as at the end there will be a Q&A with the cast, myself, the director, and we have a young man, Tony Briscoe, who I just met through a radio interview recently, will be facilitating the Q&A at the end. It's going to stir up thought. I mean, it's so thought-provoking. We have had some dynamite conversations at rehearsals because things have come up for people as we rehearse. And then, you know, we have some questions. What did Toni Morrison mean when she said that? So you're going to get stirred up.
Yeah, I wish I had known earlier. Maybe I could have been the announcer or something. But I'll get in one of them plays soon.
You will be. I got you now. Yes.
Yeah, but I am looking forward to it. I will be there tonight, and I may come tomorrow night. I kind of try to figure out when y'all go serve the food. Stop George Bad host. She said, but
actually, as you come in, there will be some hors d'oeuvres for you as you come in, and then during intermission, we'll be actually serving the food. And we have another guest with us tomorrow night. We have Leslie Piper from the Drum Divas. I don't know if you know Drum Divas. They're a woman.
Yeah, I've been on performances with them before. Drum Divas are tremendous.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a Leslie Piper, who's one of the original Drum Divas, will be drumming for us on Saturday night during intermission and as people enter. So come out tonight if you'd like to at 8 o'clock. That's a good thing. We want to fill up tonight also. But tomorrow you get the meat and you get the gravy on top.
You get the gravy on the top of the meat and potatoes. Okay,
right.
Thank you. So, I will definitely see you tonight. You guys, please come out. 5615 South Woodlawn, and it will be parking unless the school got something going on. So, but I don't think so.
Let me mention quickly tickets through PayPal, Cash App. What's the other thing? Zelle. You can do it through my phone number, which is 312-369-0613. Give me a call. I'm answering. Phone's been ringing off the hook. 312-369-0613, and find out how to save a couple of dollars by getting your ticket in advance, as well as you will have a guaranteed seat if you come in tomorrow. I mean, if you give me a call and reserve your seat in advance.
Okay, thank you, and I will see you tonight, and thanks for hanging out with us today.
I'll see you tonight, dear.
See you later. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.